Welcome back to Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV Big Fox. I'm your host, Frank Aiken, broadcasting live from the Hesselson studio, and this is the Steuben Senior Services Fund section of the program. Chris, thanks so much for being back on the show.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
Especially on this very busy day for you.
Oh
Are you
God.
ready? You got to be now, right?
I was ready. I'm going to be. It's now or never.
It's now or never. We're talking about the college fair coming up today from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Elmira Elks Lodge. I know we talked just a few weeks ago. Any updates that we should know about?
Yes, there is. Actually, as I was mentioning a couple of weeks ago about the different colleges that are coming in, I've got a couple. Matter of fact, I just got a text breaking news that the Thomas Edison Spartan will be outside and present. So the Spartan will be in the house with stitches. So
do they have a rivalry?
They might start. They might start, and possibly Subman might be from Subway.
Oh my goodness!
So we can have it going on out front. Also, colleges, University of Buffalo will be there. My alma mater.
Oh, very nice.
Will be there. Yes, I'm very proud of that. Syracuse University will be there. They just registered. U.S. Army will be there, of course. Niagara University will be there. So if you're a D1 student and looking to play athletics, a D1 level student or athlete, I should say, maybe you might want to come down to this college fair and talk to these recruiters.
And we're going to talk about exactly what the college fair is here in just a second. But are you, and I think I know the answer to this, you're working right up to the last minute. I mean, as you said, you're getting texts right at the end. You're adding new people. I'm sure you're always looking for new sponsors.
Correct.
Even. So right up until the end, here we are just moments away almost.
Literally.
And you're still working on it. So it's got to be stressful at this point in the journey.
It is. Tell you, I'm a little tired.
Yeah,
I'm a little tired. As today's the day.
Right.
So if someone can hear us and see us, bring your child, bring yourself, bring your neighbor, bring your sports teammate. Come down to the event. It's tonight from 6 to 8 at the Elmira Elks Lodge, downtown Elmira. You want to come down? It's a great event. I can't stress that enough. Today's the day. It only happens once a year.
Right.
All this planning and time goes into it. So yes, if there's a sponsor out there that wants to help make this happen, especially as I mentioned before, I want to next year have the instant scholarships.
Right.
That we do have a drawing. One of our elected
Great
officials to come maybe do it for us. I think this would be a great time to get on board. I could use that donation for sure, because this is all done by donation. There's no tax dollar being spent here.
No.
This isn't part of the school district. This isn't part of any tax roll. This is by donations such as good people with Big Fox that helped us out, and others. And there's so many sponsors.
And we're going to talk about that in a second. I definitely want to go through the list because it couldn't be done without them. And also, I want people to realize how much this is a community-minded event.
Correct.
You're doing it for the community, for the betterment of the community. The Elks Lodge is excited to be involved because there's so much a part of the community. That's what it's all about. One last question about the planning, since it is the last minute. When do you start planning again for the next one?
Literally today.
Yeah.
I actually have a nice survey that we're going to be handing out tonight. And some of the folks that are going to be helping me out, the Career Development Council, will be helping me out, and they'll be collecting those, along with my wife and my son Leonidas, who's like the people greeter.
Yeah.
So Leonidas, do your job tonight. Thank you, sir. And anyway, they'll be collecting those, and I'm going to use that feedback, and we're going to put together, and we're going to see, okay, how can I improve? Does the dinner need to be better? Does the space need to be better? Does the students, we need more students. We go over the whole thing, what's good, bad, and ugly. And we're going to go there, and we're going to put that data together and see how we improve. So that'll be something that we're going to start tonight at the end of the night. And looking at that, and we're going to, of course, analyze that and then come back with what the results that we got.
And I know we talked about this last time, but it's important to know that it is obviously for high school students, but maybe college students looking to transfer. You also have adults looking to further their education. There's really something for everybody, and it's not just public and private schools. It's technical schools, as you mentioned, the armed services, police. You really have it pretty much all covered.
I'm trying. And that's one thing I did talk to one of the other people that had me interview about the adult people that want to go back to college.
Right.
It's never too late. It's never too late to stop learning. And most importantly, if you have a 2-year degree from Corning Community College or TC3 or Broome Community, congratulations. And you say, you know what, I haven't used my degree in years. I want to further it. This is the college fair for you. Come talk to them. See how things have changed. See if you can do online classes. See if you can do visitation to see what you need. How many of your credits would still transfer?
Right.
This is a great event for not just students in high school, but also adults.
Have you found, and maybe you've never really necessarily paid attention to this, how long does the typical visitor to the college fair, how much time do they spend at the event? Because 2 hours isn't really that long if you are looking right from scratch with how many people you have on your list that they could visit.
That's a good question. We'll never throw anybody out.
Right.
So if they've got time to talk, we'll let them talk as long as the mission rep wants to continue to stay, which is fine. We ask that they stay for the full 2 hours.
Sure.
But you could go through the fair probably easily 2 hours talking to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take you 2 hours to go through all of it, because if you're going to fill out an inquiry card and talk about questions, easily 2 hours. Actually, probably more. Truth
That's
be
what I
known.
was looking at your list here. If you're coming in, like I said, from scratch, not knowing what you want to do with your future, and you wanted to talk to as many as you can, I don't know how you could get through this in 2 hours.
It'd be tough.
Yeah.
It would be tough. But that's why you want to come prepared with your questions and do your research, as your school counselors and guidance counselors. Some places will have a list for you to take with you. Know directly what you're asking.
Right.
You know, that way you can get right to the heart of the matter. Do they have my major? If they don't, you move on. You know, and we'll go back to the reality check of the cost.
Right. It
Can
always
I
comes
afford
to
this?
cost. Yeah.
You know, is there scholarships? You know, is there merit-based aid? Is there athletic scholarships at the D1 schools, of course? You know, and to see what they have available. But if you come prepared, talk to your school counselor, talk to your guidance counselor. Come prepared. That's the biggest thing. You might be able to get through there in less than 2 hours.
Right, right. It's so valuable. I mean, I would say take a couple minutes today before you plan on attending from 6 to 8. And like you said, come up with the questions that would directly affect you going in. And this isn't just for the kids coming. This is for adults that are going. Everyone, don't just come in there blind.
No, not at all. You don't want to do that.
Is there anything else that people that are going to attend tonight should know?
Number one, come with your questions. Come with comfortable shoes. Right. You're going to be walking around.
Yeah.
You know, and the other thing too, come early. You know, you don't have to be there before 6, but it's from 6 to 8.
Right.
So you don't want to show up at 10 of 8. You know,
Right.
you like to get there early to make it happen. But bring your friend. Bring a family member. Bring your neighbor. I can't stress that. Bring them with you, because this only happens once a year.
Right.
You know, but again, come prepared. Get a list of questions. And if you don't know, come see me, and I'll give you some questions.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm standing in the front as the people greeter,
Yeah.
talking to people as the MC, and I'll give you questions, what to ask, and who's a good school to talk to.
Right.
They all are great schools to talk to. So talk to every one of them.
Well, that's what I think is really interesting about this and why you provide such a service. Because I remember when I was getting ready to go to college, and you know, you had to make the calls, you had to go to the websites. Even back then, that wasn't as prevalent. And some of the hoops you had to jump through, there wasn't everything all together in one place to make it easy for the student.
Correct.
Which, you know, students kind of like, you know, I'm not saying students are lazy, but everybody would like to have them in the one place and get it all, not over with, but have that all in one place.
Absolutely, and this is where it would happen. One thing about that, talking about questions, if I fill out an inquiry card, or can you waive my application fee that I'm talking to you?
Yeah.
There's anywhere from $25 to $200,
Yeah.
you know, minimum. If I come visit, will you pay for my gas?
Right.
If I come visit, will you pay for my lunch?
Yeah.
And there's things that they do for students,
Yeah.
because they want you on that campus. You know, so you want to ask those questions. And again, why drive way out to a school and find out they don't have what you need?
Right.
Well, you can come right here and find that out tonight.
Have you found through the years that the people that participate in this, they want to continue to participate in it? Because it's not just the students that get the benefit from it. To me, it also seems like the colleges, the universities, the police, the army, they must get a lot out of this too.
They do. They do, without question. I have some committed friends here that have been dedicated to this event.
Yeah.
And they've come, you know, SUNY Fredonia, SUNY Delhi, you know, of course, Elmira College, Corning Community College, local schools have been there. But yes, I find a lot of schools that are committed. And, you know, Syracuse University, another one's been committed to it. But I can go right down this list of all of them. There's so many. We
so
don't have
many.
enough time
We
to
don't
shout
have
them
enough,
out.
yeah.
But that's why I have to cap it at 50, because the people will show up tonight. Oh, I heard there's a college fair. You did hear it correctly.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, unless someone doesn't show up, I don't have space for you.
Right.
You know, because it's capped at 50. So we have to be mindful of how many people we have.
Right.
You're like, you know, this isn't the Jacob Javits. I've said that before. You know what I mean? Centered out in New York. It's the Elmira Elks, which is wonderful to host us for us.
It's a great location.
And I'm going to tell you something. If anyone's interested in the Elks, we'll have applications available.
Okay.
If you want to become a member of the Elks, we can talk to you about what we offer there. It's a great civic organization, and there's Elks all over the nation. I can't stress that enough. It isn't just an Elmira Horseheads.
No.
They're all over the nation. I'm a proud member of the Elks, and I thank them for putting this on.
And they do so much for the community, the Elks.
That's incredible what they do.
They're a great organization. So speaking of people that are involved, we talked about the universities, and I just say people go and find out for themselves, basically. It was the best way to do it. But as you mentioned, there's no way to have this be so successful without the sponsors. Do you want to go through the sponsors? Because we do have time for that, because it is so important.
I do. I also want to go back to the Elks real quick.
Yeah, of course.
The Elks who've taken this on have been great. April Bates, I couldn't do it without her. My wife, of course, Lindsay, Hostrander, my friend Chris Giaconda, IT specialist, and my son Leonidas, who, by the way, I'm planning for his college.
Yeah.
Because he's in kindergarten. Guess what?
You got to start planning.
You got to start planning, because who knows what's going to happen in another 12 years.
Yeah.
You know?
How many volunteers does it take to put this on?
Well, this year I'm very blessed. The Career Development Council is being on board, so they're going to be there to help me.
Oh, great.
I've also got Constable Mike Seifert going to be there to help me. And we've had so many volunteers over the years that have come and gone and helped out. You know, Eddie Atwood, my best friend, helping me load up stuff yesterday, getting tables, getting food, doing deliveries. I couldn't do it without these guys and ladies that have made this happen. But it takes a lot of volunteers because it's a lot of sweat equity.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot of sweat equity. But again, without the sponsorships, this couldn't happen.
No. So do you want to go through the sponsorships?
If I could.
Yeah, I would love to.
That would be great. So, first and foremost, the Elks, Elmira Elks. We also have the Horseheads Elks. We have County Legislator Marty Chalk, County Legislator Rodney Strange, County Legislator Steve Pickering, City Councilman Nick Grasso. We have Peter Wallen at Erie Insurance, Wallen Insurance. We have the Career Development Council. Part of this, we have Pew Safety, which is great. Zach's got on board this year. We also have Jeremy Bulldogs Cafe up on 14th Street. We have First Class Auto Detailing. We also have the Moonies, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We have our delicious Culligan water, as you can see right behind me,
exactly.
which is fantastic.
It's the
Thank
best.
you, Culligan water.
Yes.
We have plenty of water available. It's going to be hot today.
It is, yeah.
It's supposed to be 82. So hopefully the air conditioning's working. And then of course we have Hilliard. Couldn't do it without Hilliard sponsorship. New this year is Wegmans. Of course, Disc Center USA, Herman Rodriguez chiropractor. That is. We have Howard Hanna on this year, which is great. Thank you, Mike. We have Jersey Mike's, which is there. We have Gene Baumer's Used Cars. Great guy. Him and his daughter Julie do a wonderful job on the south side. Also, we have right up the street here in Corning. It's a little tough to read his logo.
Oh, Tom South Corning
Tom
Collision.
South Corning Collision.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Tom will fix your car and make it look like it came off the showroom, which is wonderful. Sam's Club, again, they've been since day one.
Yeah.
I can't go without Sam's Club. And I think I have just about everybody on here. Oh, also Honor Roll and Horseheads is also a sponsor this year. And I think I have everybody covered at this point. And the Elmira Heights PFO, which is great. Yeah. And they've been fantastic. Being on the school board, having that connection with them.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They've been fantastic. And thank you, Elmira Heights, for that. We appreciate that contribution, donation, and also all these people that are spreading the word about the event to get the turnout there.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to stress with this event, besides not having the sponsors to make this happen, or the Elks allow us to have it there, is these are students that want to come to this.
Right.
They're not bussed in. They're not forced to go to it.
It's not a field trip.
It's not a field trip.
Right.
These are kids that want to come there. Their parents might be making them come to it, okay? But they want to come to this event. They want to learn. So as some of the feedback I've gotten over the years have been, I might not have seen 100 kids, but I saw 15 quality students.
Right.
And that's the point. And I can tell you there's a lot of kids here that I know have gone off to colleges because of this college fair.
I'm sure.
And they come back to me and say, Chris, I met that rep. That rep helped me out. I didn't know about this until I came to that college fair that you run.
So it would be nice to know what those numbers are, because I bet you it'd be shocking to know how many it really
It'd be fantastic to know that. That'd be a great thing to have, to learn over 14 years how many kids. Think about it, some of those kids were in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Or before.
Yeah.
Where they're going now.
Wow, isn't that amazing? 14 years. I know we talked about it last time, and I couldn't remember. I thought you said 14 years. So you think about that, and it's only gotten better every year.
It
except
has.
for COVID.
Except for the COVID, unfortunately. But with these sponsors, and the schools that keep coming in, which is fantastic. One thing I do want to say also, Dan Mandel, Mayor of Elmira, he's a proud sponsor this year. Thank you, Dan, for your contribution. One of our elected officials, and also. We have the Elmira Fire Department, the Elmira Police Department, the New York State Police Department, and we also have the DEC, Department of Environmental Conservation, all coming to look for cadets. They're all in need of employees and cadets. So those four will be there. If you're looking to go in any type of law enforcement or firefighting, this is the event for you. They'll be there front and center talking to you.
Is DC new? Have you had them in the past?
I've never had them in the
past.
past.
I was thinking that was new.
Yeah, I met them at an event at Bosie's.
Okay.
And started talking to the gentleman, and I said, hey, I'd like to have you come. And sure enough, he got back to me and said, yeah, I can do it.
Oh, that's
Especially
great.
that it's a free event.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a free event. I don't charge for these colleges to come to them like most places do.
That's unique.
And again, that wouldn't be done without the contributions of these sponsors. And one other thing, I'm being told that I put on the best food dinner at most all the college fairs in New York State.
Because all the people that are part of it, not the students, but all the people that are part of it get to have this big wing ding at the end.
Yes, we have a free buffet dinner
for
from 5 to 6.
No wonder you have no trouble filling up 50.
Oh no! People travel from far to come get fed. So it's a free meal for them, and it's a free event for them.
Yeah.
And again, this wouldn't be possible without all these wonderful sponsors that we have.
Yeah.
And that's why we're different, because I used to work in higher ed. I know what it's like to go to an event. You pay $150, $200. You might get a sandwich.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, or
a bottle of water.
A bottle of water, but it never was colored in refreshing water.
No, it never was.
So my thing is that this makes a difference. They go, hey, and they talk on the circuit.
Oh, of course.
Hey, that Callas, he puts on a heck of a show down here.
Yeah.
For us. And on top of that, speaking of show, we're gonna have the Meyer Pioneers there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Giving out free tickets. So Stitches will be there. Thank you for the Pioneers for being part of this event.
Job. Yeah.
And
Talk about community.
Oh, without question. And they're going to be opening their season in a couple weeks.
So, wow, you've got a busy day. I'm not going to keep you any longer because I know you've got a lot of work to do.
Yes, I do.
But thank you for putting this on every year. And I know I speak for a lot of people that realize the importance of this. And it is unique, and it's something very special for our area. It's a college fair tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Elmira Elks Lodge. What's your tomorrow morning look like? Sleep in all day?
I wish I could say that, but I have a lot of tables to return.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
We got to borrow, and I got to follow up with those surveys.
Yeah.
So I'd love to say I could sleep in. That's not happening this week.
No.
But I can't thank you enough, Frank, for having me on, and of course letting people know about this upcoming event.
In the future, we'll have you on next year.
Thank
okay?
you, sir.
All right. We'll be right back with Frankly Speaking here on WYDC TV. Big Fox, stay with us and go to the college fair tonight from 6 to 8 at Elmira Elks Lodge.